Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a personal video that I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not something that I really ever wanted to film nor felt comfortable filming, but I feel as though I'm not the only one who has these thoughts, and if I have a platform where I can reach even just one person who can relate to me or is feeling similar thoughts in any way, shape, or form, I feel as though I need to make this video. I think that all of us suffer with some form of anxiety, some form of body issue, and I feel like a lot of us kind of either neglect to talk about it or we just don't understand the importance of talking about it. That being said, just to kind of jump right into things, I have suffered from body image and anxiety for a very long time. Body image is something that I try really hard not to get emotional about, and it's something that I really do try to not consume my thoughts about, but it's one of those things where you guys, I'm sure, understand and know if you deal with the same thing, but it is something that is always in the back of your head, whether you're having a good day, whether you're having a bad day, there are always going to be those thoughts in your head, and you honestly can't escape from it, if that makes any sense. I have fluctuated with my body weight my entire life. I've been overweight, I guess. I've been normal weight. I've been skinny. I've been fat. I've been everything up and down the spectrum. Now, although a lot of you guys have been like in my life, oh, you're losing weight, you look great, and you flood yourself with compliments, it's one of those things that in the back of my head, nothing is good enough. If I lose weight, it's almost like it's something that I have to continue doing, and it's not healthy. I have a relationship with food where I either consume a ton of food and I'm trying really hard not to care about what it is that I look like, but on the other hand, I'm absolutely terrified of food. And in my way, and I know it's not the healthy way, but in my life, my brain has this weird thing where it's automatically extremely restrictive, and it's almost like I'm punishing myself for having the thoughts, for eating something that might not be good for you, or eating something that is totally normal, but to me, it's all that would consume my thoughts. I would wake up in the morning and my first thought would be, what am I going to eat today? Who's going to judge me for not eating today? And what can I tell people so they'd stop nagging me about it? I had a lot of people in my life who would encourage weight loss, and I had a lot of people in my life who were like, no, you are not doing it the healthy way. You are obviously, something's going on and you kind of need to maybe talk to someone about it. Losing weight, to me, I understand that you have to, exercise and you eat right, and I do try to do those things, but a lot of times when I'm thinking negatively about myself, my first instinct was to restrict myself or to just punish myself for thinking about food or eating food that I shouldn't be eating. And although you do want to be cautious with what you put in your body, there's a difference between being cautious with what you put in your body and splurging with what you put in your body, but there's a huge difference between that and punishing yourself for what you eat. If you are someone who restricts or has restricted in the past, you understand the ups and downs of the emotions that you go through every single day. And it's so much more than just a consumption of, oh my gosh, I want to be skinny, or oh my gosh, I need to lose weight, so I'm going to starve myself for a week. That's not really how it is. How it is, if you are extremely anxious about something, if you feel as though something is not right in your life, whether it's something personal or just too much stress going on in your life, that is what my brain does. A lot of people's brains might binge eat. A lot of people might get their anxiety out by exercising. And unfortunately, my anxiety is that I stop eating and I fall down this rabbit hole of just hating myself and hating my body and body shaming myself every chance that I can get. Now, we are all human and we all have things that we might not like about ourselves, but there's a difference between obsessing over it and being conscious of it. If you are like me and you are constantly thinking of your next meal, it's not healthy. It's just so, what upsets me the most is when I look back on old pictures of myself or anything like that, of just like who I used to be and what I used to look like, I look at myself and I know how unhappy I used to be, and I would relate it all to my body. I would punish myself for my negative thoughts. I'd punish myself for trying to forget about the negative thoughts. And it was literally just a circulation of me constantly punishing myself because I didn't feel good enough for myself. I didn't feel good enough for other people. Fuck, this is emotional. I know that there are so many people out there that think that in order to have an eating disorder, or if you have a bad relationship with food, you're either overweight or you're underweight, you're too skinny, you're anorexic, you're this, you're that, you have bones sticking out. And honestly, most people who suffer any sort of like eating disorder or any sort of negative relationship with food are typically a normal body weight, or they tend to fluctuate between being smaller to bigger, and they're constantly fluctuating in their weight. For me, that's how it has always been. I've never been underweight, so those symptoms for me have never showed to other people. It's something that is in your mind, and it's something that honestly no one else knows what you're thinking about unless you tell them, or if they start picking up on your habits. If they notice that you're skipping meals or, you know, sad all the time, they start picking up on your eating habits. And there were a lot of people in my life who did pick up on that, but there are a lot of people who also glorify it and kind of almost like push you to kind of keep going in this negative route that you're going. And it's almost like, you know, you see someone losing weight and you might not see if they're happy, but all you are focused on is what they look like and if they're losing weight. But a lot of people don't even realize, like, hey, are they intentionally losing weight? Are they losing weight healthy? You don't pick up on these habits until it's too late for a lot of people. That's why a lot of people who do suffer anxiety, like myself, or suffer any sort of negative relationship with food, tend to not get the help that they need from people because they don't see the symptoms are there. But they are, because they're in our minds. It's a wonderful thing. I also grew up having a really difficult time talking to people, so that's why making videos like this it's very intimidating. I'm not going to lie, it's extremely intimidating. Bottom line is not everyone who has a bad relationship with food is really skinny or underweight or they're overweight. It's something that's going on in our minds, and we fluctuate all the time because those mood swings or that anxiety comes and goes every single day of our lives. Typically for me, the worst thoughts are in the spring and summertime, and I think that that's why I really wanted to share this video with you guys, is because it is coming to that time where it's summertime where I live. And for me, it's almost like a trigger where it's like, oh, it's summertime, you're gonna have to start showing your body now, so better work on that. We are allowed to not like things about our body, you guys. It is totally healthy to not like something about yourself. But if it becomes obsessive and if it becomes something that you literally cannot stop thinking about, you need to talk to someone about it. Or talk to someone and write it down and get these thoughts out on paper or to a friend or to a family member, because it's just not worth not being healthy for. What's crazy to me is when I look back at like old pictures of myself from high school, where most of it kind of stems from where it started getting really bad, is I look at a lot of my pictures from high school and I think to myself, you were so thin and you hated yourself. You thought that you were so ugly. You thought that you were so fat. And if I can have a message to any of you guys, it's don't tell yourself that. Don't think those thoughts and talk to someone. You can get help if you just consistently remind yourself to be positive and to get rid of those negative thoughts that are telling you that you're fat or that you're not worth it. Or if you notice that you're being triggered by something and that you start restricting or you start binge eating, you can get help for it. And if people aren't picking up on that, you know if you are feeling that way and you know if you need to talk to someone or not. It's a really emotional road and I can go on for hours, but I just wanted to throw this out there that you are beautiful and you need to believe yourself that you are beautiful, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This sucks. If I could just go back in time and tell myself to stop hating myself and stop hating the way that I look, I would be so much happier. So
before I get overly emotional, I just wanted to share this message with you guys, and my camera is dying. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting me, my journey on YouTube, and I just love you guys all so much. And if you guys want me to talk more in depth about my experiences or anything like that, I would love to do those videos for you guys. And just let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like to see in future videos. And just remember to stay strong and to think positive and tell yourself that you are fucking beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.